What's up guys, this is Astranox. Today I want to talk about SERVAL HERTA and March 7, free heroes in Honkai Star Rail. I would like to talk a bit about my free-to-play journey so far. I'm account rank 31 right now, and I have a whole team of level 50 heroes, but I'm showing you guys past gameplay because I have a lot of footage, right? So the gameplay is going to be on Jirilo 6 and the city of Billabog. Alright, so Serval and Herta are heroes that can attack multiple monsters, so they can like decimate team of enemies like really fast. That's the thing. But how good are they really? You know, they're all free with March 7, but how good are they? Can you run all of them together in the same team? Really? So they're all 4-star heroes, which means that their Eidolons are going to be easier to boost, right, compared to, of course, 5-star heroes, which are much harder to get, which with the like 0.6% chance or a 0.3% chance in the stellar warp. It's rough, right? At least there's a guarantee, so you'll end up getting a 5-star, but at least, you know, the starter warp, we get a 5-star there, so you could always reroll. Check my, you know, guides about rerolling. So all these heroes are free, right? Like Serval, you get her in your mailbox when you start the game. You get Herta after clearing Simulated Universe World 2, I believe. And, well, March 7, you just get her, right? So, with the right light cone, you know, relics, planar ornaments, traces unlocked, and Eidolons unlocked. Of course, these heroes can do really, really well. And of course, they're 4-stars, so it's easier to get those Eidolons. That's a pretty big plus right there, especially as a free-to-play player, which is what I am, a free-to-play player. So there's a lot of free areas damage, spam damage, like from Herta happening in a battle. And Herta was actually broken in the beta, but they nerfed her, and people say that they nerfed her a lot, like a lot. So I actually have Herta with her own light cone, and I got 2 of that. It's pretty nice. Like, it works with her Talon, which deals follow-up damage. It's as soon as someone drops an enemy 50% health or lower, Herta just like pops in there, attacks everyone, and that's follow-up damage. And with her light cone, that damage can be increased by 50% and over, or minus 60% increase, right? So that's pretty nice. When it's low level, the Talon, it's like 36. Wait, it's actually 24% of her attack. So it's not that much damage, but it's hitting all the targets. And you got, if you have it, right? If you do have her light cone, then that's gonna be, you know, from 24, let's say 50% more, right? You're gonna have 36% of her attack and damage to every target. That's not so bad. So Herta is ice, Serval is lightning, and March 7th is ice. Now, let me talk about Serval a bit, because like Herta, you know, she attacks multiple targets with her skill number 2. Her skill 3 attacks all, right? Her skill 1, of course, attacks 1 target. But Serval is the same deal. Like, Serval is able to hit, you know, 3 target with her skill, and her ultimate hits everyone. So Serval, the really big thing that she has going for herself is Shock. Shock is a damage over time debuff, and Shock is awesome on Serval because she's able to extend duration. Serval is able to keep Shock on the targets, and that Shock deals quite a bit of damage. It's based on 50% of her attack early on, you know, without powering up the traces. And that really adds up on top of the direct damage that Serval does, right? So the really cool thing about Serval is that her skill actually puts Shock for 2 turns on the target that you hit, plus the enemy on the left and the right. So 3 targets total with Shock for 2 turns. And the ultimate of Serval actually extend the duration of Shock by 2 turns. So you're not going to have issue keeping Shock on the targets, and that damage is really going to ramp up, and that's great. That's really good stuff right there. So I would say that Serval versus Herta, when it comes down to tougher content, especially in a single target battle versus like a dangerous monster, you know, a big story boss, then Serval is gonna perform better because she's got shock damage over time happening, taking away, right? Even if she's disabled, the shock is still happening. And I feel like that's going to just end up doing way more damage than Herta. And their Eidolons, actually, both of them are pretty deadly. Serval, actually, her sixth one is a 30% more damage to a shock target, which is pretty insane. That's a massive multiplier right there to boost her damage. So that's real nice. So there's also something about Serval, it's her talent. So if she hits a shock, actually, when she attacks, every shocked monster will take additional damage. Like they're gonna take damage earlier on. It's like 30% of her attack in damage. So that's just like something that's happening. And if you got shock on multiple targets, that's the shock damage plus the talent kicking in plus her direct damage. Like it really starts to ramp up when you have all these things. And with Eidolon, I believe too with the there's a trace, it allows her to just get energy faster. So you're gonna be able to just like get that ultimate going more often, which is going to extend the duration of the shock, and that's really good. Like her cycling is gonna get better and better. So you know, heroes that hit multiple targets, they can definitely destroy normal monsters. You know, do the dailies, clear the calyx, like you know, fast. They can do that fast. Stagnant shadow, content on farm. You know, content that you can farm because you've done those already, and well, maybe not the stuff that you have on farm that you just cleared. You know, using a balanced team on manual, because like upping auto, you know, Echo of War versus you know, a story boss that you just defeated in manual is not gonna be possible until you get like better stats, right? Better of you know, your gear, your relics, power up your maybe your levels, your light cone. So that's it. Now, can how would you make a team with these heroes, right? So the thing is, you get Natasha as a healer for free. You have March 7th as a shielder for free. That frees, you know, ultimate with 50% chance to freeze the enemy. It's pretty powerful stuff. But the shielding is really where it's at with March 7. And when the enemy attacks shielded target, March 7 will you know, counter attack, and that's, you know, free damage happening throughout the battle. So you could have Natasha, March 7, or maybe like Fire Trailblazer instead of March 7. And you're gonna be able to keep your team alive pretty well with those free heroes. Then that leaves you with 2 spots. Now, a support like Inyon, Bronya, Asta, let's say one of those with Serval or Herta could work really well, right? Now, I've noticed that March 7 actually, she can remove a debuff with her skill. And that's one of her traits, and that's really nice because March 7 has that, and Natasha, she's got a trace that allows her, when she uses her skill, to remove a debuff from an ally. So, you know, you could have 2 heroes in your team able to remove a debuff from one of your ally. Maybe they got crowd control and they can't do nothing. Like, you know, it could be your big damage dealer, your let's say your Serval, your Herta, and they're crippled. They can't do nothing, right? And going in there and just like removing a debuff like that with March or Natasha is definitely going to be really helpful. Fire Trailblazer, you know, she's got team-wide, she or he got team-wide shielding. And it's not that strong initially, but then as you build like big defense, you build up the hero, that team-wide, you know, shield can get fairly thick, and it will allow to, you know, your team to each one receive a hit, and that shield might absorb that damage. So that's pretty nice. But when it comes down to like really hard content, you're trying to push as hard as possible of a piece of content. You know, you're trying to do, let's say, a new level of simulated universe. You know, you don't want to go, you don't want to lose in there because you know you're gonna be wasting your resource. That's the thing. Like, cost to go in there, world, you know, 3 and upward. So you gotta be careful. You gotta have to run a balanced team. You want some healing, some shielding, and you know, a tank and a damage dealer. Or you know, you could be running, like I said, Natasha with March 7, or let's say Fire Trail Blazer. Then you'll have a support because Tingyun, you know, she could deal some damage and also like provide a tag buff to that main damage dealer. Bronya is a team-wide attack and crit chance buffer though. Asta, you know, speed buffer. She's got team-wide attack buff too. So, you know, you do have to build a balanced team for harder content. But you can definitely have fun with a lot of different setups depending on the piece of content that you're doing. So yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think about, you know, Serval, Herta, and March 7th in the comment section. But my free-to-play journey has been really awesome. No roadblock, a ton of fun. The game is really nice. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.